And not just directorship, but really rising to the top of our industry, to the top of this company. What does it mean? So I want to picture you right now in a huge desert. You see, we're gonna use an analogy of you pumping in a desert for oil. And that's the analogy we're going to use to relate to working your planet marketing business. So visualize, if you can visualize with me right now, you're in a big desert, and it's Africa hot outside. It is steaming, smoke is coming out of the ground. It's super hot. You're in this desert and you're out there pumping for oil in an oil well. Now, people have told you there's no oil in this desert, but you are so sure it's there. And when you find this oil, it will change your life, right? So you pump, and 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 then you pump, and you pump, and you pump for oil, you pump from oil some more, you keep pumping, you pump, and then you pump some more, and then guess what? Nothing happens. And you're like, what's going on? There's no oil here. And you see many people, after pumping and pumping for so long, they're going to walk away from that well, right? There's no oil here, and they give up. But some people are going to be consistent. And you see, what happens, you keep pumping, you keep pumping, you keep pumping, but your right arm is going to get tired. So what do? You switch arms. Then you keep pumping, you keep pumping, you keep pumping. And you see, that's the secret. That's all I did. That's all the directors, from Baltimore to London have done. Pumping and pumping and pumping and being consistent. And if the arm gets tired, you switch arms. You see? Then you get back to the well. You keep pumping. You keep pumping. Then you look at your hands. And what do you see? Calluses. Cuts. Right? And what are the calluses? What are the cuts? They are the no's, the disappointment, the people who laughed, the people who said pyramid, the family who won't talk to you anymore, the people who quit, the people that tried to sabotage your team when the team was running away, when the team was looking at other things, when the website wasn't working. Those are the cuts, the calluses, right? But what I learned is, about the law of growth. And the law of growth, it says, God will give you new hands. So, when that skin peels away, stronger hands come back. Now it's okay if I get calluses and cuts. You see, the calluses and the cuts that I got back in the days, they were baby calluses. They were baby cuts. See, today I won't even notice them because today I have 2,000 calluses, 2,000 cuts, right? My hands have toughened to be able to keep pumping, keep pushing, keep grinding. So you get back to the well. You keep pumping, 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 and here's the result. You have a little spurt of oil. And you see, what most people do is this. This is the mistake most people make after they see that little spurt of oil. I made it! I'm rich! I'm rich! I made it! Right? And they start celebrating. And you see, you can't celebrate. So you want to celebrate, you want the pins, you want the recognition, you want all of that stuff. You're shouting, you've made it, you're rich, and you take your hand off the pump. Because you can't celebrate and pump at the same time, right? You see, what you need to do, you get back to that pump. Because, you haven't made it. You've just got started. Maybe you just hit gold, right? And you start celebrating. I'm gold! I've made it! I'm rich! But you soon understand that, no, you haven't made it. You are not rich yet. You still need to get back to that pump. So what you do now, you get back, you start pumping. You start pumping. You start pumping. Why? Because it works. There is oil in this well. You've got your why back, your focus, because now you really understand what's about to happen if you keep working, right? You start pumping again. You start pumping again. You pump, but you're going to get tired. And again, you're going to switch hands. You might even call your partner to help you. Hey, baby, I'm tired. Can you pump for a while? I'm tired, right? Then you get back on. You keep pumping, you keep pumping, you keep pumping, you keep pumping. And guess what? Another spurt of oil, right? Comes up from the well. And you say, okay, no problem. We're going to keep pumping. But, use that oil. We're just going to, pay off these bills. But you're going to keep pumping. You're going to keep pumping because you haven't made it yet. And then you're going to keep pumping. You're going to keep pumping some more. And guess what? More oil. Now you can go part-time at your job, right? What are you going to do? You're going to keep pumping, keep pumping, keep pumping, and then you're going to keep pumping, keep pumping, keep pumping, and then you're going to keep pumping some more, and guess what happens? Even more oil now. Now you have enough money aside for the year to quit your job. Not if I hit this rank I can survive for the year with no job. No, I have enough money aside right now to quit my job. See, we're going to be responsible and educated, right? We are not going to quit our job at Silver Builder. No, 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 no. That's not what we're going to do. See, now, you've got the money aside to walk out of your job. But what are you going to do now? You're going to keep pumping. You're going to keep pumping, pumping, and keep pumping. Then you're going to pump some more and keep pumping. And then you're going to pump and keep pumping, right? And now it's just flowing out. The oil is flowing out. It's leaking all over the place, and you can't even stop it. You see, your matrix is filling up faster than you can count, right? But, you don't stop there. Because now you are rich, and your family's looked after, but there's a purpose bigger than you. See, I'm going to be honest right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be very honest. It's different now, but when I first started in this industry, it was not to help people. I did not start to help people. I did not want to help people. That was not my aim, to help people. When I first started in this industry, I wanted to be rich. That's it. I didn't come here to help people. And that's just me being transparent. That's just me being honest and open. I wanted to be rich. But you see, when you get there to, riches, you're going to understand that there's really a purpose bigger for you. There's a bigger purpose for you. And then that's why, even when you feel you are rich, you get back and you keep pumping, and you keep pumping, and you keep pumping and pumping and pumping, and now it's flooding. Now you have wealth. And now you're in a position to really give back. Because, once you've, looked after yourself and your family, you understand there's more to do. There's more people that need your help. Because you've been blessed to be in a position through your work ethic, through your mentoring, that led you to keep pumping when everyone else gave up. Now it's time for you to give back. See, what does it mean to give back? Just imagine right now, 4-star director. The income coming in so fast. Sometimes, 4, 5, 6, 7 checks a month that you can't even stop. You can't spend them before they even come in. What does it really mean to give back? See, we've had some amazing stories, from directors in our business that, you could put in a movie, right? People that have been able to build homeless shelters, right? In our industry, people that have been able to amount to crazy wealth that they can give back. What would it be like to walk into a restaurant Friday night, when it's very, very busy? Walk into a restaurant in your neighborhood where most of the people are struggling, financially, and they have to do something, to keep their morale up, to please their partner. And you walk into that restaurant, maybe it's a Nando's, and you see the mothers, the fathers, the children. You see the people that are there, looking very closely at the bill, looking at what they can afford, getting out their swipe card to see how many coupon vouchers they can use this time to feed the family, right? You walk up to the manager and you say, whatever the bill is for every single table in this restaurant, I would like to pay it. And we're not doing it for the recognition. You're not going to say, hey guys, guess what I did? No. You're going to sit quietly, in the corner with your, your sides, your quarter chicken and, maybe a bit of Nando's rice, and you're just going to watch and see people like, what's going on? What do you mean my bill's been paid? But our bill was £58. What do you mean the whole family's been paid? And again, it's not for the recognition, just because you can, right? What would it mean to tip a waitress, to tip a waiter more than they're going to earn that week? You see, I was at dinner with Mr. Bradley about 2 days ago. We had a boxing match to attend to, and we was able to go out to a nice dinner, TGI Fridays, and he was able to ask the waitress. She came over. And he said, what % should I tip you? And you see, it's all a mindset. She just, couldn't even understand the question. She was, talking about, 5%, 10%. She didn't value herself. But to be able to be in a position of wealth where Mr. Bradley was able to, tip her more than she was going to make that day or maybe even that week? How would it feel to be able to do that? Knowing that, maybe that waiter that you tip one day has 3 children at home who, right before Christmas, it's just not going to be pretty, right? And you might have changed that person, that family's Christmas, based on you being able to, to make a financial contribution to their family. To look your mother in the eye and say, this is a present for you. And you hand her an envelope. And in the envelope is a key to the house that she's always wanted. To do the same to your dad, a key to the car he's always wanted, right? To pay off that family member who's studying and just can't afford the course, can't afford the tuition, to have it paid off in full, no need for a loan, for debt. What would it mean to be in that position? And that's the reason why, even when you think you've made it, you keep pumping, you keep pumping, you keep pumping, you keep pumping and pumping, because there's always going to be, somebody who needs your help. You've been blessed. You are in an opportunity right now that if you only understood the power to be in this business, the largest industry in the world, the most lucrative compensation plan you will find in thousands of miles around the planet, to have the leadership that is so early that you can see and touch them. You can shake Mr. Bradley's hand. You can take a picture with Andy at convention. And you may even see him in your local city or state. Right? To have, a partnership with a company until you travel 25 years old with all the experience and credibility of a long, solid, powerful company, but with the brand new timing and positioning of Planet Marketing's two-year run. Ladies and gentlemen, if you only understood you are not in a 6-figure opportunity, you are in a 7-figure minimum opportunity. Whoever grabs hold of what we've got will make millions for their family. And making millions is normally enough. Because many of us have come from positions where, to make a 2-figure income would have been something. Right? If anyone can relate to, the struggle, I know I can. The real struggle, whether it's in dollars or pounds, spending or surviving on $10 or £12 for the week, is something I can relate to. But by being in this position and by pumping and pumping, when your hands are sweating, cut and with calluses, and your shoulder feels like it's about to pop, and your other arm is weak and tired, you're gonna pump, and you're gonna pump, and you're gonna pump, and that's the oil. That the oil starts to flow out, and that's the pressure's built that you can't even stop it anymore, and that residual income starts flowing through you, your household, each one of your accounts, and those overdrafts start to slowly, be filled up. Those credit cards start to be, credited, right? Those bailiffs start to turn around, and those family clothes start to, look a bit sharp, right? The meals start to be bigger, the plates start to be, rounder. You see, we're not eating off saucepans anymore. We're eating off big plates, right? We are going to feed our families with the wealth created from this business because we kept pumping when everybody walked away from the well because they thought there was nothing going on here. The consistency, the dedication, the drive being plugged in to a business which you don't need to guess and hope that it's working because you have evidence no matter where you live in the world. If you live in the Caribbean with Planet Marketing, we have a 1-star director with their monthly income is going to make people turn ahead. If you live in the United Kingdom, we have strong 5- and 6-figure income earners with an income which will make people turn ahead. And if you are blessed to live in the USA, we've got people who I personally know are making their annual income for 2 years in a month. Right? This is happening. With or without you, whether you like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, get to your well. If you've abandoned it, if you started celebrating at Silver Builder and you took your hand off the pump, put your hand back on that pump. If you don't see thousands of cuts and calluses on that hand, you are not working hard enough. You want to pump, and you want to pump, and you want to pump until that well is breaking its bridges and it's flowing and gushing out, and the oil, which represents the wealth of that matrix, been filled up, that director bonus is coming in, that not only are you rich and you and your family are wealthy, but you're able to show other people and you're able to be, a lighthouse to the people around you who need to see and need a taste of what you've got. So that's my message for today, ladies and gentlemen. Get out there and have the best possible week in Planet Marketing. We are in the right place at the right time. Some will see it, some will get it. There's only going to be 3 types of people made in Planet Marketing. That will be the millionaires, that will be the billionaires, and that will be the witnesses. Do not be the third. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be here next week, same time. Thank you very much. In fact, I'm going to open up the line. And when I open up the line, I would love you all to say, we're going to keep pumping. 3, 2, 1.
All participants are unmuted.